Every guy needs the perfect pair of denim. But if you're over 30, these jeans aren't perfect. As in, stop. Don't ever wear these again. Number one is extreme stretch denim. All right, years ago when skinny jeans were like the rage, everybody was rocking denim that was super stretchy, because in order for a skinny jean to actually fit, it needed to have a lot of basically synthetic fibers in there so that it had a lot of give and a lot of stretch, so you could basically get those bad boys on without buttering yourself. All right, the problem is that the super stretchy denim, in my opinion, it's gonna make you look like a chick, all right? Because chances are the jeans are not the right fit, all right? If you're wearing something that looks like literally like painted on jeans or leggings or super skinny denim, this is definitely something that you should avoid, especially if you're over the age of 30. All right, which brings me to number two, and that is big baggy denim. In my opinion, doesn't look great on many guys. I know that it's a style and a trend. I think that it works better for younger guys that are going with that big baggy oversized aesthetic. But if you're a man over the age of 30 and you want to look the best you possibly can, I would definitely not wear big baggy denim. I also would avoid denim that's too thick. The super heavyweight raw denim, I personally don't think is that great. I know that it's in style. I know that there is a culture surrounding raw denim. And I think if that's you and that's your aesthetic, once again, I think go with it. But for most guys, the raw denim, it's just too heavy and it takes too long to actually break in and get soft. It also typically is going to be a little bit wider. There's not going to be any stretch in the denim. Personally, I like wearing a denim that has a little bit of stretch in it, all right? It's gonna be more comfortable, it's gonna wear better, but it's not gonna be 100% like synthetic, all right? If you're wearing a jean that is like 100% synthetic, I think it definitely does look more like a sweatpant and is not as aesthetic. It also isn't going to feel like denim. They do make pants at Banana Republic, I've seen the denim called the Traveler. I think the darker washes look okay, but most of those, in my opinion, they look like sweatpants. And that's something that you definitely want to avoid. You want your jeans to look like jeans if you want to be able to dress them up or down seamlessly. So this pair of jeans is 100% cotton, all right? It will say in the tag what it actually is. And if you feel them, right, you try to stretch, there's no stretch, there's no give. Here's another pair, just to show you. This pair, on the other hand, is 98% cotton, 2% elastin. And when you actually feel it, all right, there is a little bit of stretch, a little bit of give. These jeans, the skinny jeans, these are 98% polyester, which means basically it's a synthetic, which is going to give it that extreme stretch, all right? I would say you don't want to wear a pair of denim that has any more than like 5% stretch. The next jeans you should avoid is any denim without a belt on, all right? In my opinion, belts finish an outfit, they finish the look. And jeans need a belt in order for it to not look like you missed something. But even if you're wearing something like a sneaker like this, some type of like fashion sneaker, you need a belt in my opinion. Even if you're rocking it with a t-shirt, I feel like in order to really take your denim to the next level, it needs a belt. Now, in my opinion, pretty much anything and everything needs a belt with the exception of some slacks. If you've got side adjuster tabs, they actually don't have belt loops. But if you've got belt loops, general rule is you need a belt, all right, to finish the look. Because just look, check it out, all right? It just looks like I'm missing something. All right, the belt that I would recommend you guys check out that I love is right here. It is the Anson belt. The only belt that I wear is the Anson belt. I literally have 75 of them because I love them so much, right? This is actually a new one I got. Check out the pattern and the detail on this belt. It's basically like an embossed leather to look like ostrich, which I absolutely love. It just gives the belt a little more interest. Here's another one, all right? The gray, super badass, super cool. And another one, I'm telling you, these are so crazy sick. What you're gonna notice when you grab the Anson is that there are no holes. And that's what makes these belts so amazing and so clean. And you're like, wait, how does it do that? Ready? Check it out. The track system. The track system is where the magic happens with the Anson and why it never looks old, it never looks worn out. You've got micro adjustments, all right? Check it out. Boom, slide it in, it locks into place, and then you've got this little trigger underneath to unlock it, all right? The other thing you're gonna notice is all the buckles and belts are interchangeable. The other really cool thing about Anson belt is that when you get it, it's super long. They come like one size fits all. And the way that you measure it, all you do is thread it through your belt loops, all right, like that. Figure out where you want it, and then grab a pair of scissors. And all you're gonna do is cut the Anson belt, grab your buckle of choice, and simply attach your Anson. And you are ready to rock with a completely customizable experience, all right? And a belt that looks super badass. Guys, here's the deal. I've got a special link down below. I want you to go and grab a box set from Anson Belt. It's not just my opinion. Go look at the reviews. It is incredible. Everybody loves these belts. They've got a huge selection. They've got canvas belts, they've got leather belts, they've got suede belts, they've got different thicknesses, they've got a huge selection of buckles as well. And so you can literally build a box set, which is going to give you 3 straps, 2 buckles, under $100. It's a total of 6 belt combinations. Like I said, you can mix and match. You want to go canvas, you want to go leather, you want to go suede, do it. These new ostrich embossed leather belts are, in my opinion, pretty sick, but it's up to you. Guys, now is the time. Hit the link. Do not wait. Go through my special link and grab a box set today. The next denim you should avoid is anything overly distressed or man-made artificial looking, all right? So here's the deal. Anything ripped, you know by now you shouldn't be wearing it. In my opinion, distressing like this, I think, is the furthest you should go. It's definitely a more casual look. The problem is that a lot of jeans that you're gonna find in some of these stores, they overdo the distressing and it looks super like unnatural and artificial. All right, the lighter wash jeans, I think, do a better job at kind of naturally looking like they were worn and faded as opposed to like intentionally done. But the bottom line is you really shouldn't be wearing jeans that are overly distressed, all right? You also can't dress up jeans that are distressed, in my opinion, all right? Anything like this should be basically a casual option. If you're gonna be trying to dress up a pair of denim, I think the solid dark wash denim is the best option. It's gonna be also the most versatile, but this brings us to color. Black denim. Can you do it? The answer is yes. I think this looks great on a lot of guys. Now, black denim comes in different options. All right, this pair is solid black. This pair is a little bit more, I would say, casual, a little bit more distressed, but bottom line is I think black denim works really well. Another color that I'm a fan of is the gray. The light gray, the medium gray, the dark gray. I think it works and I think it looks great with a lot of guys. White denim is one of those things that's a little bit tricky. In my opinion, you can pull it off if and only if the outfit and situation is right. Personally, I think that white denim and a white shirt with maybe brown loafers and a brown belt look incredible. It has a very like kind of Miami vibe. You could also do a white polo shirt, a white t-shirt, but the deal is, guys, you don't want to overdo it. You also don't want to wear white in the cooler months. But if you're in some warm environment or you're going to like an outdoor party or a barbecue that's in the summer, I think it works really well. Now, in terms of what blue is best, obviously you've got a bunch of different options, all right? The light blue is definitely a warmer month pant. You don't want to wear this in the winter. It looks better in the summer and the spring. And then in terms of dark blue, guys, the solid, non-distressed denim, I think, is a pair that every guy needs. You could throw this on with a sweater, a sport coat, a dress shirt, some boots, some sneakers. You can really get a lot of wear and versatility out of a great pair of non-distressed dark blue jeans, all right? The medium wash denim with a little bit of distressing or fading, I think, is also a great option. But once again, this is going to be a bit more casual of a look. These look great with boots. They look great with suede chukkas. They look great with casual sneakers in terms of fashion sneakers or something a little bit more playful and fun, but they're incredibly versatile. In my opinion, every guy should have a medium wash, lightly faded denim, and also a super dark wash denim. Light denim, I think, is a personal preference thing, but if you can pull it off, you should rock it. And the pockets should be plain as possible. All right, these, as you can see, have nothing on the back, but a simple Levi sort of stitch I think is fine, but that is probably where I would draw the line. Anything that's too like ornate or blingy or like old school, like, you know, True Religion or Ed Hardy jeans is totally out of style, and it makes you look like you're trying a little bit too hard. Something else that makes you look like you're trying too hard is any color that's just weird. I think red, the yellows, the greens, I've seen them, and I think they look absolutely terrible. And in terms of fit, a few things you need to remember, all right? Never wear jeans or denim that are too long and puddling or pulling around your ankle, all right? If you buy a pair of denim off the rack, and you need to have it tailored, that's fine, all right? What I would recommend is ask them to put the original hem back on your denim. You literally can't even tell that they shortened this pair of denim. It's really not a big deal in terms of an alteration, but it makes a major difference when it comes to you looking the best you possibly can. You don't want to wear jeans that are too long. You don't want to wear jeans that are too short. You also want to make sure that the fit is right, all right? If you can't pinch about an inch on either side of your thigh, the denim is too snug. It's too small. If you have more than that, they're too big, and it's going to make you look shorter. You want to make sure that the rise isn't super long and coming down too far, or else your legs are going to look like super short. Never allow your pants to sag down off your booty, which brings me to the last thing. Anything that doesn't make your booty look amazing. That's one of the beautiful things with denim. They make your butt look amazing. And when paired properly with an incredible outfit, some great shoes, some boots, some sneakers, you absolutely are crushing it. But if you're wearing any of the jeans that we talked about in today's video, you are not crushing it. Quite the opposite. You look silly.